Hello everybody. Today I thought I would play with my Craspire products, the wax seals that I received from a company by the name of Craspire. And in my last video for them I showed you how I made my wax seals, and here they are here. I did say I would let you know how many of the pieces that I cut off I needed to make the colourful ones, and it was 2 of those pieces that I cut off were quite big enough because they're quite a bigger size than, let's get organised here, they're much, well, not much bigger, but they are considerably bigger than the little beads of wax that you get. So whereas I was using I think 3 or 4 of these, I was only using 2 chunks of the coloured seals there. Okay, so, and I also wanted to show you, I had a little play with these pens, and they weren't as difficult to use as I thought they may have been, which was really nice. And what I worked out was you don't have to hold your pen like that. You kind of hold it on the side a little bit. Now, hopefully I'll be able to bring this up to the camera and you'll be able to see, and hopefully I will be able to see what I'm doing as well. So I'm basically just going to go like that. It's a bit hard for me to see, so bear that in mind because I need to sort of have it see there like that. Okay, and do you see what I'm doing there? I'm just sort of getting it on the side, and see how that's coming up quite nicely. I did get it a little bit on the side over there, but I don't think that's too bad. I have a magnifying glass light, and if I do it under that, it's really quite easy to do. But that's basically all you have to do, is just run it. And you know, I was thinking it might have been a lot harder than that, but it really wasn't. And I'm sure as you do it with more practice, you get much better at it as well, like with everything. I hope I'm in shot there. I'll just do this as a sample for you. Oh, it dries fairly quickly, so that's a good thing, isn't it? And that's the silver one on the dark red. And that turns out really nicely. Okay, sorry about that. So that's how that turned out. This is one I tried the other day. It has the gold on it, and it's really quite pretty. I do like that with on the white, on the pearl. So I'll have another go at that now to show you how it works. I'll just tilt it slightly to me so that I can see what I'm doing a bit better. And I think I was a bit heavy-handed there, to be honest, but maybe it won't. Oh, there we go. And if you just dot it to the really tiny things, it seems to work. But yes, not as scary as I thought it might have been, which is really nice. And you don't have to do the outer circle. You know, it's a personal choice, I guess. Like on that one, on the clock one, it has the little part of the clock on the outside, but on this it has like a ring. But I didn't do it. I just did the chandelier, and I think that's quite all right. And if you have a magnifying glass, of course, that would make it quite easy, especially, you know, if your eyesight isn't the best anymore. Okay. Sometimes it comes out like heavier than other times. But once that's dried off, if I wanted to go over that a little bit more, I could quite easily go over it. Like, even like if I wanted to go over that, I could go over that. I did that a few days ago now. And that's nicely dry, but I don't want to go over that. I like that, the way that looks. Okay, so what I want to show you is, I wanted to see how the silver looked on the, that might make that one there, on the chandelier, on the cream. I haven't tried the silver on the cream, I don't think, so I just have a little go at that. This one, the edges are quite high on the top and the bottom, so I have to hold the pen where it's not going to be bumping the edges too much. Whoops, I just slipped. I wonder if I can just... Oh, saved. I think. I hope everybody's been keeping well. I've been keeping well. Had a lovely Mother's Day weekend. It was very nice. My daughter and I and my mother, we all went out for brunch together, which was really lovely. We didn't stay out for too long because my mother, you know, she gets really tired now. So it was just right for her. There we go. Oh, I do like that as well. It's very delicate with the silver on the pearl, isn't it? That's really pretty. Yes, I do like that a lot. Okay, so that is how those pens work. They work very well, and they do sell all different colours of these pens on the website. So I'll put a link. I think this ones came in a kit, the kit that I got, but you can buy them separately. Okay, so I'll just pop those over there to dry a little bit, because sometimes they take a little bit of time to dry, and I will show you what I've been making with some of the seals that I made. And do you recall I sort of said that if there was a blob, I was trying to get my seal to be up near the blob and things like that, so it kind of centered it a little bit. What I've been doing is making some little paper clips out of them, and they were really, really easy to do. So like that, and I've made a few of them already, and the paper clips I've got are vintage paper clips, so they're really hard. I'll make one with you now if you like, just so you know how to do it. So let's get a good one. Oh, that one's a bit too big. We'll save that for something else. That one might be all right. Okay, so you can either just pop a hole in with whatever you use. I'm going to be using the cropper. What is it called? This. Is it crocodile? I'm not sure. I don't usually call it by its name. So I'm going to find the top of my clock here, and I'm going to just put that over and punch a hole, and it punches through with no problem whatsoever. Then I'm going to get a large, I need to have a large one because it has to be able to go over, so a large jump ring. I don't know, what is that the size I was using before? This is larger than the size. Let's see, I might be able to get away with one a bit smaller. I'll have to have a look. Okay. A paper clip. Okay, here we go. And as you can see, they're all quite old, and they feel hard compared, well, not hard. They feel very strong compared to more modern ones that bend quite easily. And I've got to remember how I did this because I made these a few days ago now. So let me just have a look. Okay, small. And then large one. Okay, so this is what I did. I got myself, because I've got a billion of these little seed beads here, I got a couple of those out, trying to get the same or similar size, because strangely enough, not all beads are exactly the same. Okay, that looks about right. And I'm going to feed one through my paper clip like that and take it round to one side like that. And then I'm going to get a small jump ring, and it does need to be small. Let's just put that big one back in there. And I'm going to make sure that that's tightly closed. Oh, so fiddly. Okay, that's fine. Tightly closed before I start. I'm going to put that one on here now. Like that. And then another seed bead. Okay. Like that. And what I would normally do now is put some glossy accents on these beads so they don't move around. But that's going to take far too long to dry in the video. So we'll just go ahead and I'll do that at the end. Then I get my large jump ring, open it up, I feed it through my wax seal. I may need to open it as large as I can open it without distorting the shape of it too much. And then, oh, I hope it, all wax seals turn out slightly different sizes. Now I need to just leave it open a bit and join it to, oh no, first of all I have to do my little curly bits. Oof. So we're going to just put our paper clip into our pliers like that, and I'm going to just, it's really hard, remember they're really old, slightly kink it up like that, and then turn my pliers the opposite way and curl it around like that. So we have a little curl on our paper clip, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the one on the inside as well. So get my paper clip, my pliers right at the end, because I only want little loops, and the further you have it down the pliers, the larger the loop will be. So just like that, give it a little kink so I've got something to grab, and then those beads out of the way. Make sure I'm in shot. Oh, I am sorry. And then like that, and that. Let me have a look. It's hard to see because I'm aiming at the... I'm looking at the camera. I mean, I'm trying to get it under the camera too. Okay, like that. And like that. So you've got two little circles on your paper clip. It is important at this time. On a paper clip, the small end kinks up a little bit. That part there is meant to go over the paper like that. So what you need to make sure of is the points where you've curled them aren't going to be scraping on the paper. That felt fine when I just put it on there. Because if they're scraping on the paper, they could rip the paper, but that feels fine. Okay, back to our seal. Grabbing my large jump ring, threading it on my small jump ring, and then closing the jump ring, and I have it on like that. Now you could put a bead or anything like that on there if you wanted to. But what I've been doing, because I need to glue those still too. I won't put it on now because I do need to add glue. But what I've been doing is getting some tulle and just tying that on. Let me show you. Just tying it on the large jump ring and as a decoration. And I've done that on, I've made 3 or 4 of them here. This exactly the same way. You could have these made in advance. So if you were making journals, you could have different bits of ribbon, different colour beads, different coloured tulle around them. There's one here I was just playing with. This one was actually leftover wax. It's got the silver wax and the red wax from the packet here, and it's given a marble effect. And on that, I've just popped that one on a safety pin with a bead and a little gold ribbon, and that's just tied on there. And that can be attached to some fabric like that in a journal. Doesn't have to go that way, you know, you can put it that way and it would be quite nice. So that's those ones. That one will still need gluing. I'll do that now and show you how. I've just got some glossy accents here. Just make sure it's not, that it's going to work for me. Like I say, I usually do this at the beginning before I put the wax seal on. And I'll just put a little bit of glossy accents on that side and that side. And you don't need a lot, just enough for the beads to catch, and then push them together like that. And then I'm going to hang that up somewhere and let that dry so that they will stop the jump rings from moving around and slipping around all the time. It still has movement, but it won't slip all the way around because I've got those 2 little beads there to stop it. So I'll just get something to hang that on and let that dry up there. So that's that one. And then I just wanted to show you something else that I'm doing with them, because we all know we can seal envelopes with them. We all know that. And I have done that on a previous wax seal video a few years ago now. So I was looking for different ideas this time. You know, and we know we can put them on top of packages and things like that. So this one, I thought, do you recall, if you saw that video I did, some of them have paper backing on them. And some of them, that must have been the first one, because that's got a large paper backing on. A lady asked me in the comments, how do I affix my seals when they're pre-made? Well, that's how I affix them. I can put glue on that and glue that to a page. I can glue it to an envelope and it will stick because that paper is there. it won't stick to just wax. It will not stick to just wax. That is why when the wax is hot, I put the paper on the back there. And I've tried several different types of glues, and they will not stick to the wax. So I think there was a couple here. Right, okay, see how that's really small? It's got a small bit of paper on there. And even that, I can rip part of that off and make that even smaller, but it still has paper on there. So we'll use that one. And let's see if there's another one. There's another one there. Can I make that a bit smaller too? I can. Okay, we'll use those two there. And I'll just show you what I had in mind. What's that? Oh, okay, that was the one where I was just practicing. Okay. Okay, so what you can do with these, when you're decorating your journals, you can, I'm just getting the right, because it's a clock, I need to make sure it's the right way around. What you can do, because it has the paper on the back, you can glue that down, and I can use that as a page tab. I can have it hanging out just a little bit, and it can be a page tab. But what I'd like to do, I think, because I don't really want to see, you know, if I cover that up, you can still see a bit of paper. Really don't want to be able to see that. So I'm going to get myself a little bit of cheesecloth, I think. Okay, I'll leave that out. We'll get something else. Just a nice piece of cheesecloth. And I will get my Helmer 450 quick dry adhesive. Use whatever glue you are comfortable with. You could even use fabric glue for this if you want. I need to remember which way is which. Where are we? Okay. So that's the top. Oh, Molly, wrong. No, no, no. Wrong time. Wrong time. I'm just going to put a bit of glue on that. Oh, my goodness. Fancy jumping up there now. Put this on here. And then put that there. Just hanging over almost halfway. Hello. Hello, darling. Oh, you're a good girl. You don't like the smell of the glue, though, do you? You want to cuddle. It's the wrong time. It's she's wanting a cuddle. Oh, she's a lovely girl. And so let's make sure I've got that clock. There we go. Pretty sure that is right. So that will be... Let's have a look at the other side. You're making this awkward, Molly. Are you getting down? Good girl. Okay. Good girl. All right. She likes to be in on everything, doesn't she? And so, oops. Oh, no. Okay. So that will stick to that because it has the paper and it has the cheesecloth. And so that will be a nice little page tab. It's not quite, that's better. There we go. Okay, like that. And once that's dry, that will stay there. Well, it should stay there, no problem. And I'll put the other one, maybe I'll put that up the top here. So let's see. There, that's the top there. Put some glue on. Just on that paper part. Get my cheesecloth. that. Okay, like that, and that can go, and it could probably go in a bit further actually, like that. Yeah, because page tabs don't need to stick out too far. I wouldn't want it sticking out any further than the actual cover of the journal I'm going to be making. So that's another idea, ways to use your wax seals. But you do have to remember when you're pre-making your wax seals to put a little bit of paper down. Where was that one? Okay, a little bit of paper smaller than what the seal will turn out, and then put your wax over it, and then put your seal on top of it, and then you can use them like this. And once it's dry, we'll have another look at it to make sure that will stick properly. Okay. Another thing I wanted to try. Okay, so that's a clock. That's a clock. Let's find. Here we go. I wonder if I can. I can't. I have to make a new one. Put those away, and they will last quite nicely for a while. Let's find a page maybe further in the middle. Okay, let's try this page here. And what am I? Well, see, I think of things, and it's later, like sometimes days or weeks later, that I actually start doing them. I wonder if that'll work. See, I can't quite remember what I was going to do. Let's put that, we could put that there like that. Okay, I can sew that on, so just let me zigzag that on. This is just an idea. It might not look any good. So, I could use those if I wanted to, but I won't. So we've got that like that on that side. Turn it over, and I've just folded that strip of, you saw what I did, I just folded over. I put a zigzag along the top and a straight stitch along the bottom. But what I thought was, how about, now I probably might use that one. That might not be thick enough. But then we could use it double. Okay, this is really pretty, this thread. I will use it double. Okay, so we're going to keep it double. In the olden days, or in the ancient days, they used to stitch the seals onto the pages. So I'm going to just see how it looks. So I could, and because it's graph paper, it's actually easy to do it. So I might do 2 stitches actually, that might be nice. So we'll go like that. Let's bring it up so you can see. So what I'm going to do is two cross stitches. And actually it was good to use the graph paper because look how easy it is to keep it nice and tidy. And I'm just going to do that. And it's a crease. Okay, like that. And then Maybe I should have done another one. Hey, maybe I should have done another cross, which is what I meant to do, to be honest, I think. Can I still? Like that. I'll have to just rethread that one. Okay, I can do that. I think. Let's have a look. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Take it under there and through there like that. So I have, oh, that was a bit tough. Okay, oh, I see why, because I caught that thread in there as well. So I have 2 cross stitches like that. There, and that's what the other side looks like there. And they used to do this, like they'd have a document and they used to have seals hanging from the bottom of the document. This is what they used to do. They used to stitch it, but then they would put a wax seal over it. So I don't want to put a ready-made one on there. What I'd like to do is actually, I'll have to make one, won't I? So I'm going to need my candle, a bit of room. I'm going to need my silicone mat. Like that. I'm going to need my spoon, I don't particularly always like to do things like this in my room because it is a flame, because Molly sometimes jumps up. Oh, I've got one under there, haven't I? Okay. So let's get this lit. There's not a lot left in there. I've got some matches here. Oh, almost blew it out. Let's put that in there like that. Let's move the plastic away. Okay, so we have that over there. I'll put that on. I will keep to the whites because I'll use it in the same journal. To try and remember how many I used. Was it 3? I think it was, wasn't it? 3 of these lovely pearl wax beads, and I have used quite a few of them, but there's still a lot left, so that's nice. So what seal am I going to use? Oh, I'm going to use the chandelier because the other 2 in the journal were the top. Okay, so we'll use the chandelier. And I did say I put a permanent marker where it shows the top of my chandelier there. Okay. So it'll be like that, but it will hang down that way. So I'm thinking, no, I'm going to do it upright like that. It will hang down though, so maybe I will see, it's going to hang on that side. So what I need to do is do it this way, like that, and kind of do it like that. Okay, I know what to do, I think. I need to have it on the edge, like that. This is what happens when you try something for the first time on video. You work it out as you go along. Okay, so we're going to do that. No. That. Okay, have that like that. I don't want to be burning my wax. Like that. Okay, well, we just try, don't we? I hope you can see. Oh, that's not very circular, is it? Oh, good grief. Didn't really think that one through, did I? Hang on, hang on. Okay, that looks a bit better. Let's have a look. Oh. Okay, I had to manipulate it just a little bit. And that's because whenever you're putting wax over the top of something that's not completely flat, the wax, it separates a little bit because of the thread under there. I wonder if that's done. Oh, there we go. Oh, did it work? Let's have a look. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Just that's all right. I quite like the way that turned out. I'll show you up close. I just need to blow this out, I think. Oh, good grief. I didn't want wax going everywhere. Okay, there we go. Let's just wipe that before it dries too much. Okay, put that there, get rid of that, and let's have a look. So that's all right, isn't it? That's something a little bit different for your journals if you're looking for different ways to use wax seals. And I could go over that now with my pen to add a little bit of interest to it. And where's the rest of those pages? Let's see. So that's that, and you go like that, and you could put beads on the end of here too, couldn't you? That might be nice to have little beads on the end of there as well. Oh, I do like that idea actually. I think you could add lace to that before you stitch it on. I think that is the base of quite a few good ideas to use in your journals with the wax seals. But that would be the basics. I mean, you don't have to do a couple of cross stitch, but I do like the way that looks. And, you know, you need to make your paper a little bit stronger. That's why I put the graph paper over. Plus, it makes the page interesting, doesn't it? You can see the threads going through the wax at the back there, which is nice. So there we go. I wonder if Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of people could come up with some great ways of using that idea. Yeah. Okay, well, I hope you have enjoyed this little Craspire tutorial and the little ideas that I've used using these lovely products from Craspire, and using the pens, the lovely pens as well. And of course then, like I said before, all the other things that we would normally use a wax seal on, like our envelopes and our packaging, and like I've done it in the middle of doilies before. I've done a few different ideas, so it's, you know, it's hard to sometimes come up with new ideas for things that have a limited purpose, but I'm quite happy with these ones here, so I hope you enjoyed it too. So thank you, Craspire, for these products. I've enjoyed using them and playing with them, and thank you everybody for watching. Take care now. Bye. And I forgot to tell you how these ones turned out. I have pulled and pulled at that. They are well and truly stuck down, those little page tabs on the side there. So that's another idea that works very well. Probably a good idea if you, like, I hadn't thought about that in advance. So what I would suggest is when you're getting a piece of paper to put onto it, okay, here's a piece of paper. All right, that's just smaller than the actual seal will turn out. What I suggest you do is do some, perhaps like that, and have it on that, and some going the opposite way. So if you do want to use this idea, you have an even larger surface of paper behind your wax seal, but it won't be noticeable from that side because it will be like that. So just a thought anyway. Okay, take care everybody. Bye.